All right, we are at the 15th Street Presbyterian Church polling station. It opened just after 7 o'clock this morning. You can see there's a steady line of people behind us. We're going to get to them in just a moment, but first I want to bring in CTV News chief anchor and senior editor Omar Sachedina. Omar, polling stations like these are open all across the country. Today is the day.
It's a beautiful thing to see democracy in action, isn't it?
It really is, including polling stations in the swing states, especially Pennsylvania, where you were just on the ground. Tell me about the conversations you had with people there. How were they feeling leading up to today?
It's a battleground, Anne-Marie, because things are extremely divided, right? And so for both candidates, the trick is going to be to activate their bases to make sure they get out and vote. Look, for young women especially, we know that the issue of reproductive rights is a major issue, especially after Roe versus Wade. So today could be a referendum on that, right?
Yeah, it's on the ballot in 10 states.
Exactly. And Kamala Harris, this has been a central and pivotal part of her campaign. Donald Trump seems to be doing better with men and younger men in particular. And it's interesting to see the vote splintering because, black individuals and black men particularly used to vote for the Democrats in a block, but that is splintering. I spoke to a few black men while I was in Pittsburgh, and I said, who are you going to vote for? And more often than not, they said Trump, and then I asked them why.
Yeah.
And they said, well, I had a lot more money under Trump. And I said, why? How can you explain that? Because they failed to sort of mention the economy or the pandemic or anything like that. And they said over and over the stimulus checks. Now, just by way of background, we know that these stimulus checks were something that the Democrats pushed in Congress, but that Donald Trump put his name on while he sent them out. So it's almost the optics. They feel like they got these checks from Donald Trump, and that's where they're putting their vote. But their parents, for example, are voting for Kamala Harris. So there's this interesting racial divide happening. There's a generational divide happening. Lots at stake, obviously. But we'll be waiting a long time for Pennsylvania. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, it's interesting. On your last post, we spoke to a security guard at the hotel on our way out this morning at 4. And he was saying to us, we were asking how he was going to vote, and he said, listen, a smart man listens to his mother and listens and learns from his mother and how she voted. I thought that was a funny story in relation to what you were just saying. Listen, tee up for us what's happening tonight. And first of all, I appreciate you coming out here early in the morning because it's going to be long and a late one for you and the team. Tell us about the coverage you have planned.
Well, it's a historic day, So we have correspondents in the field, Joy Melvin, Genevieve Beauchemin, and our coverage will be beginning at 7 o'clock on CTV News Channel with our chief political correspondent, Vashi Kapelos, and we will be bringing you updates every hour for as long as it takes. So I've just had my first cup of tea. I think I'm going to switch over to coffee after that and have several cups of coffee. But look, the first polls to close will be at 7 o'clock. We know that Georgia battleground closes at 7, North Carolina 7:30, and then of course Pennsylvania at 8 o'clock. So we'll be looking to see what those early trends are, right? If Kamala Harris is able to lock it in early, that gives her more pathways to victory to clinch this. If not, then it gives Donald Trump more pathways to victory. So we'll see what this story emerges like. But Pennsylvania is very interesting because they can't actually count until Election Day, the mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
So that is something that could take a lot more time. Yeah. But it's a huge electoral prize, 19 electoral college seats. So we'll see what happens, Anne-Marie.
It's voters like these people behind us that are going to make the final decision, right? This is the ultimate poll,
These
as
are
they
make
say.
or break, exactly. The only poll that matters is the poll on Election Day.
All right, well, Omar, thanks for joining us today. And a reminder to everybody at home that CTV's coverage continues on CTV News Channel starting at 7 p.m. And then you can catch CTV National News starting tonight at 10 p.m. with Omar Sachedina and the rest of the team that they've got gathered for your coverage there.